My number 5 guy is quarterback, which don't throw stones at me. We've already had the quarterback discussion, and I did not come out of that very well with a lot of our viewers. But the reality is, regardless of what you think of the Eagles' current quarterback situation, a Carson Wentz trade is looming, and that only leaves us with one quarterback on the roster in Jalen Hurts. And you can't enter a season with one quarterback or even with two. The Eagles are going to have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. And so, I think they're probably going to sign a guy in free agency, not a big name or anything, but a body. But I think that we're crazy if we don't think they're going to take a flyer on a quarterback. After all, they consider themselves a quarterback factory. And so a guy that I think fits that bill that could be there, mid to late on day 3 is quarterback Kellen Mond from Texas A&M University. There's a lot of things to like about him as a prospect. One of the big things is that Texas A&M, they run a lot of multi-level read concepts. And through his career at Texas A&M, he really showed progression in how quickly he could process those reads and come off of guys to his next guy, find the guy that's open and get it there. He's really good at keeping his eyes downfield when there's pressure in his face. He stands tall in the pocket. He moves in the pocket well. And so, I think I should have written this down, but I think it was something like he took like 8 sacks last season. And that's an absurdly low number of sacks. He's got mobility. He's not like a pure running quarterback, but he's got the mobility to take advantage of some running lanes if they're there. He's not the type of guy that you're going to design runs for, but he can take advantage of those. And on the biggest stages, he plays well. Against Alabama and against Florida in back-to-back weeks this season, he threw for 656 yards and 6 touchdowns versus only 1 interception. And at the Senior Bowl, he was the MVP. So he steps up in those big moments on big stages, and he looks like he belongs. Now, obviously, we're talking about him as a day 3 prospect, so there's some downsides to him. He's got some unpredictable ball placement. Sometimes he puts it right on the money, but other times he really struggles to put it in those windows. He doesn't have the strongest arm either. He's kind of got an unconventional release, does some weird things with his arm, and it hasn't really necessarily affected his accuracy too much, but maybe he could generate more velocity if they fix that. I don't know. Maybe he could pick that up, but those are some concerns with him. But again, long term, maybe he's a backup for Hurts. Maybe he's a developmental guy. That's really all you want out of a day 3 quarterback. But I do think the Eagles will strongly consider taking one in this draft.